Bernard here with the latest Citizen vlog, and it's a City present, this one. Looking forward to a big game, isn't it? We've got 3 big games, hopefully, fingers crossed, over the next few days. Obviously, I'm talking Manchester City versus Lyon on the 15th of August 2020. So we're going to have a look at that today, and a look at what's happening around City World on social media as well. And a couple of little fun bets for you, please. I don't condone betting anyway, but just little sort of things that took my eye for this little quarter-final game. Please, if you're new to the Citizen channel, where have you been? And please push that subscribe button. Tell your friends, please. Let's get this channel growing again. A bit of a spurt, and it's sort of easing off a little bit at the moment. So please tell your friends, your City supporting friends and football fans, for these City vlogs. I try and be a little bit different to what's out there. I do City past as well when I look at City history, but I try and add things here that you perhaps don't get on other channels as well. So I'll do my little best for you. So hope you appreciate it. Please push that subscribe button and push on notifications so you know these little vlogs are coming out. Much appreciated. Yeah, City versus Lyon, isn't it? Estadio Jose Alvalade, is it? Stadium in Lisbon, Portugal, the home of Sporting. Obviously, it's very green in colour. You can see from the various images, etc. We don't have to travel back very far, do we? I mean, they've got a little programme here. There's a programme. Obviously, I'll show you a programme on the images. To remember our 2 recent battles with Lyon. So we sort of own one, don't we, Lyon? They did surprise us last season in the Champions League, didn't they? They gave us 2 really tight games in 2018-19. Winning one at the Etihad, which, even though we did have most of the play and most of the chances, you know, we're going to have to do better now. We're going to have to convert our chances tomorrow, because obviously it's an old story of ours, isn't it? Even though we sort of outplayed them a little bit. I mean, they played really well at the Etihad. They took it to us, and but overall we had more possession and we had more shots on target. Obviously, they ended up winning that game at the Etihad 2-1. And then we had to go over there and do something, didn't we? Obviously, we were happy with a point that just took us through to qualifying, didn't it? When we actually got a point at their place. Yeah, it was a 2-0 lead. They were leading at 2-0 at one time, I remember, at the Etihad. Goals from Maxwell Cornet. Is it Cornet or Cornet? And Nabil Fekir. Not too sure if they're still playing it this season. Bernardo actually pulled one back for us, which was nice after half time. But despite what we did, the French held on, and we sort of came from behind twice at their place in the second leg. Well, the return game, if you like. Almeric Laporte and Sergio Aguero claiming our goals in that one. Final, they've actually played in 5 quarter-finals, but this is obviously they've only played one semi-final like us. So for either of us, it'll be obviously a second semi-final, won't it? Depending who wins this one. They've not done great in the French League, of the Liga. They've not done great this season. Obviously, their French League was cancelled and they ended up finishing in 7th, didn't they? So they've not done great. But they did play in quite a tight group. It wasn't the most difficult group on paper, was it? Red Bull Leipzig, Benfica and Zenit St. Petersburg. So it wasn't the high-flying, it wasn't one of the groups of death, wasn't it? But obviously in their last game, they came back from 2-0 down at home to Leipzig to draw 2-2 and take the point they needed to qualify. And let's face it, they did very well to get past Juventus, didn't they? I mean, they took a 1-0 lead to Turin, and obviously they ended up 2-0 on the night, when obviously Memphis Depay didn't he used to play for someone down the road, tucked away a 12-minute penalty. And Juventus came back, but they needed to score 3, didn't they? Unfortunately, with the Mr. Prancing Pony himself, Mr. Ronaldo, they only managed to get a couple of goals. So obviously they went through on the away goal rule, didn't they? Yeah, I mean, as I said, they finished 7th in the French League, but Rudy Garcia is their manager. And it has been a little bit tough, because obviously with the league not restarting in France, they've obviously had to be playing friendly, so there's been a lack of competitive games before that Juventus one. So we do have the benefit of that. But we shouldn't underestimate them, should we, based on last year? I mean, at the end of the day, they beat us and they drew with us. So as you say, it's all down to us taking our chances, I think, tomorrow, because they are a good team, but of the teams in the last eight, they were perhaps one of the less fancied teams. But we can't, and I'm sure Pep won't underestimate. I'm sure he's analysed and looked at it, etc., etc. The lineup's going to be interesting, isn't it? What City lineup tomorrow? I mean, obviously, I've seen a few things on Mahrez this week that Mahrez might be leaving the club. Is it the end for Mahrez, etc., etc.? I must admit, he's sort of out of his thinking, hasn't he? Even though I thought in the end of the Premier League, he actually was one of his main men. So I think we shouldn't write him off just yet. But let's have a look at the lineup. I think Mahrez is the funny one. I've sort of put Mahrez in brackets here. I'm going to go with Ederson, Walker, Fernandinho and Laporte, Mendy, Rodri and Gundogan. But we need a little bit of pace, don't we, against Lyon? That's the thing. So Rodri and Gundogan... But I'll stick him in there because he likes his bit of Gundogan, doesn't he, and Rodri. KDB, Foden, I think, will Foden play? I think he'll need Foden's legs, so he's trusted him in the last game, didn't he? So why won't we trust him in this game? Foden, Sterling and Jesus. Obviously, my little question mark there is, will Mahrez sneak in there? But I'll stick with that as the 11 anyway, what I've just said there. And see if Mahrez actually sticks in there. I think, I mean, I'm recording this. We've only played one quarter final so far. Obviously, we'll know by Saturday whether we'll be playing Bayern Munich or Barcelona. And of course, they'll get an extra day's rest as well if you think about it before the semi-final. So obviously, fingers crossed if we do get through. We do lose a day, but it shouldn't be too bad at this stage in the games played, etc., etc. Yeah, at this stage, Atalanta came unstuck against PSG in the final moments of the game last night. I watched half of the game. Obviously, I'm up early, so I didn't manage to watch it all. But from what I saw, it was a good game. It was an open game. It wasn't as nervy as I thought. I thought the game was going to be quite nervy. So I think all the games might be a bit more positive than perhaps we think. Because obviously these one-off games, you're always a little bit tentative, aren't you, in it? But it was certainly good last night from what I saw, so that bodes well anyway. So yeah, Lyon, let's not underestimate it. I think it'll be a tight game. I don't think it'd be nice to score 3 or 4 and have no goals against. But I'll tell you my sort of score prediction was going through this little betting thing now. Yeah, so I think we'll win tomorrow. I think we will win. But I think it will be close. I think all the games should be close, to be honest with you. I mean, the teams are good enough now. If one team sort of gets gets a couple of goals, you have the opportunity of getting 3 or 4 or going 2-1, 2-2. So it's going to be quite interesting, and certainly got some good games to go, haven't we, in this? Yeah, I think City will win. I'll tell you my score in a minute as we're doing the betting. Please, I don't condone betting anyway, and please only bet what you can gamble what you can afford, and please, when the fun stops, stop. I mean, please do not condone betting in any way. So these are just a little bit of fun, just some prices I noticed. Actually, to win the Champions League, the best prices, obviously City is still the favourites. They've been the favourites, as you know. I've been sort of laying them all season, so I am going to lose a bit of money if we win the Champions League, but I'll put up with that. I'll take that on the chin, and you can still lay them now if you want at a very, very good price. I mean, they're actually 23-10 to win the best. These are the best prices. Obviously, you have to shop around for these prices. 23-10 to win it, so you can probably get 35-10 to lay them. So you can put. So all that means if you're not into laying or you're not done laying before, if you put 35, you need to put £35 on to win 10 back, so you get 45 back. So you're risking it. Obviously, but obviously a lot of people make living from laying, like I used to make living from laying bets many years ago. Yeah, so City are 23-10. Munich are the second favourites. Bayern Munich 10-3. PSG were 11-2. I'm not sure now. They've probably been reduced because obviously I did this thing last night. I've not had a chance to look at the odds this morning. Barcelona at 8-1. Atletico Madrid 17-2. Leipzig at 20-1 and Lyon at 50-1. So please check those. As I said, obviously after that was done before last night's game, so I'm not sure how that's affected it. The match, obviously, to win the match on Saturday, City are 2-7 on. Very tight odds. 11-2 the draw, obviously in normal time, and 10-1 for a Lyon win, which is a pretty good price. I mean, I'm not going to do it. I'm a City fan. I won't do that. But you know, if my head was ruling my heart, I'd say, oh, it's worth a little flutter, that one, 10-1. First goal scorer, Sterling's 19-5. Jesus is 4-1. He's on a bit of a streak, isn't he? Mahrez is 11-2. KDB 6-1. Foden 7-1. Bernardo 8-1 and Silva 17-2. But I am a City fan. But this is where I think City will win. But it won't surprise me if Lyon scored first, and you can get 11-1 on Dembele or 14-1 on Depay to score first. So I'm going to have a little couple of points on both those. You know, I'm going to go against my heart and just take it as a little saver bets on Dembele or Depay to score the first goal, because I still think we will win even if they score the first goal. And again, both teams to score. I think, but as I say, I think both teams will score. I think it will be tight. So it's 5-6 for both teams to score, and it's 11-10 not for both teams to score. So I'm going to have a little 5 points, little fiver on 5-6 odds there. And the correct score, this is where I'm going to have my third bet. Obviously, well, it's a fourth bet, isn't it? But I'm classing the first goal scorer as a combined one anyway. 2-0 for City is 6-1. 1-0 is 7-1, 3-0 is 15-2, 2-1, and this is what I'm doing. I'm going for 2-1 for City. I'm going 2-1. 17-2 is 2-1, so a little 5 on there. 5 points on that one. 3-1 is 11-1. A 1-1 draw is 12-1. 4-0 is 13-1. 4-1 is 18-1. And the first scores you can get on Lyon to win the game, the best or the longest price or the shortest price is 30-1 for Lyon to win 1-0. I can't see City not scoring, but 35-1 for Lyon to win 2-1. So that's an interesting one, because as I say, I think it could, I think City will win 2-1, but it won't surprise me if it was the other way around either. Anytime, and just a couple of other things. Anytime goal scorers, Jesus is 6-5 and KDB 15-8. If you fancy that, you can have a little flutter on that. So as I said, my little bets today. First goal scorer, just a couple of saver bets on Dembele at 11-1 and Depay at 14-1. Both teams to score, I'm going to do that at 5-6. Or I've done that at 5-6, and the correct score, I've gone 2-1 to City at 17-2. So please, as I said, I do not condone betting, just a little bit of fun. Let me know in the comments if you're going to have a little flutter. Let me know what you bet on. Right, so that's my prediction for tomorrow. That's my team and my prediction 2-1. Let me know what you think the score will be. Well, do you think it'll be tight, or do you think it'll be a stroll for one of the teams? A stroll for City or a stroll for Lyon? Right, now my little feature on sort of City-related stuff. My little City magazine feature, I call it. Looking at various things. And I got this last week. I used to get it, I started getting it on the Kindle, but I've got the hard copy again, because obviously, as you know, if you've got during this COVID crisis, the press in general, I mean, we're not that worried about some of the press, so we've been struggling, aren't we, during this COVID crisis? And this means, and obviously, I think I pointed out fairly recently, Ian Cheeseman had pointed out the King of the Kippax was struggling. So I went out and subscribed to it. It's actually a bit more expensive now. It's actually gone up to £4. It used to be £3, but you've got all colour now. I mean, there's a lot more colour in the magazine now, in the fanzine now. So lots more colour for you. Bang for your buck, and it's a big one this as well. It's quite a big issue. So yeah, I went online and did it. You'll see on the, I'll be showing on the screen the various subscriptions, etc. to get this, and you can do it through PayPal, which takes a minute if you're on PayPal, or if you still use checks, you can still do it with a check and stuff like that. So please give King of the Kippax a subscription, and if you do want it on Kindle, you can get it on Kindle as well. So please do that. Let's give our support. As I say, at the time of this, obviously it's a difficult time, isn't it? He's not able to sell at the games, etc., and how long that will go on for. So please, all his efforts over the years, please give him your support. And interestingly enough, the return. This is a return of a fanzine, not in hard copy. We've got a URL link for a fantastic, and it's actually advertised in the King of the Kippax. He's obviously made a note of this, and I'll read out what it says. And it's under the heading, The Helmet Returns. Noel Bailey, editor of defunct Bert Troutman's Helmet fanzine. That's that one. Remember that one? Got a few of those. It wasn't sort of, King of the Kippax was always my go-to one, and I got this as and when I sort of spotted it. I didn't go out of my way to try and get it, but there you go. If you remember Bert Troutman's helmet, so very good. I mean, it was really nicely done inside as well. It's always really well laid out, etc. fantastic. Yeah, so the helmet returns. Noel Bailey, editor of defunct Bert Troutman's Helmet fanzine, having been pestered for the last 17 years, that's how long it's been, as to when he would start publishing again, has done just that with the production of THRA, The Helmet Rides Again. It is an excellent read, which I can I've glanced through it. I'm going to have to spend time looking through it. It's 52 pages. It's amazing. It's absolutely superb on the internet. You know, I'll give you the URL on the screen and I'll read it out as well. To get to that, it's fantastic. Free, don't cost a penny, just free on there. The Helmet Rides Again. It is an excellent read, which I can highly recommend, and all the old favourites are back in a nostalgic production. It can be downloaded at tinyurl.com//y. I'll just get my reading glasses, not very good, these reading glasses, 4NX. OHPJ, but I'll put it on screen anyway so you can pause it and make a note of it, please, if you want. That's absolutely superb. The return of the helmet, so that was great. That was in the King of the Kip-Outs telling us about that. I hadn't seen it anywhere else on Twitter or anything like that, so if you, like me, have not seen that, please check up that URL. Yeah, I think City are doing this Rise Up, Keep Up challenge, aren't they? Obviously, if you go onto the @Man City, and it's to do 10 keep ups and film it, post with Rise Up and tag your friends, and donate to Citizens Giving for Recovery. So show us your skills, win prizes, help our communities. Yeah, so you can send your thing and you get up for like you get City shirts, signed City shirts, signed balls, etc., etc. And you can do, and it's for obviously for charity as well. So that's the Rise Up, Keep Up challenge. It was good to see the You're Not Really Here team doing it, weren't they, before the Barcelona game? Let's see if they could do it. And the goater obviously impressing us even still with his ball skills. And you don't really think that, the goat, do you? We knew he was a bit of a sniffer at the goal, but obviously he has some silky ball juggling skills as well. If you've not seen that, please look back on that as well at the City channel. Something a little bit, I mean, I've sort of thought about it since, actually. I'm not as bothered by it, because I don't think he certainly doesn't mean anything by it. I just think sometimes players tweets things, and you're a bit, did you need to say that, or blah, blah, blah. And Ilkay Gundogan, he's not my favourite guy. I mean, he's not my favourite player. You probably get the gist of that if you watch my thing. I mean, if Pep's happy with him, I'm happy with him, but as I say, he's never been, and a lot of people think he's absolutely superb, and no offence, you know, obviously, he's just never sort of sat with me. Some players don't, do they? I mean, it's just what it is. So, yeah, he posted something on Twitter, and it was just getting at the fact he was going over to Lisbon, and it was fantastic, but he sort of just said, when you have to postpone your summer holidays for your job, but you're happy anyway. And it sort of initially just riled me, you know. I mean, I'm working quite hard. I'm going to get away for a few days myself in the next few weeks, but there's a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people are struggling and can't even afford a holiday. So it's just the wording of it, and I shouldn't get upset about it. But I mean, I did sort of say to my lad, am I right to get a little bit riled by that? And he said, yeah, you are, because, you know, and it's nothing wrong. It doesn't mean anything by it. It doesn't mean anything when you have to postpone your summer holidays for your job, but you're happy anyway. You know, and he has got some sort of sarky comments on it as well. And so it's not just me that gets a little bit riled about it. But sometimes I think, you know, just think a little bit before you post these things. You know, when you got a lot of people who are really struggling, and, you know, a lot of people haven't been furloughed or been furloughed now and not earning income because they've not been able to get back to work and stuff like this. And he's talking, I know he's what he's saying, and there's nothing wrong in it, but just think a little bit, Ilkay, and other City players as well who've done similar things over time. Just think on anyway. Let me know if it sort of riled you. I mean, I've sort of calmed down a little bit now. It doesn't rile me as much now, but I just wish they'd take a little bit more care, because, as I say, I'll be lucky enough to grab a few days away, but not everyone can, you know, and not, you know, it's perhaps not the right things to say. Yeah, David Silva, they had to cancel 1894 group. They obviously had to cancel the 2-mile stretch, wasn't it? They were asking the police and get to have a little thingy for him. But I must admit, I mean, I know he shouldn't, but it did make me feel proud to see those City fans lining the room with the blue flares, etc. I mean, it gave me goosebumps, and it still gives me goosebumps thinking about it now. It's only a little thing, and I know it shouldn't perhaps be done, and it's not really social distancing, and, you know, we slag off Liverpool fans for their sort of thing, but I mean, in a way, I was happy it was done, even it was only a couple of hundred fans or whatever, but it looked good, it looked fantastic. There's a great image that I've got, obviously, that you can see that I've used in it, that someone did. My thanks to them. Well, I have no idea. These things go around Twitter and they get changed so much you don't know who the original cameraman is. But yeah, I mean, that's a fantastic image. And I was sort of, yeah, I was glad in a way it was done, and I was glad in a way it was done for David as well. So yeah, I mean, I know it's wrong, but yeah, I'm being a bit of a hypocrite, am I? Because I'll be slagging Liverpool. But then again, I didn't personally slag Liverpool fans off for going out celebrating. I mean, you know, there's always, you know, I was just glad some fans did it, and it's obviously a shame that you couldn't have the 2,000. Would have been fantastic, wouldn't it? But even so, obviously against everyone saying it's been cancelled, there were still those City fans who went out and did it. So well done, guys. Anyway, and it looked really good, even though it wasn't a massive year. It looked really good. The Champions League team of the week, yeah, last week's games before this quarter-final, Sterling, KDB, Gundogan and Jesus all got into the Champions League team of the week for the second legs of all the last 16 games, so that was good to see. Just a bit of promotion. I just do this for if it's something that I like, that I bought. I mean, I recently bought the face coverings from the Ginger Wig City's gift, and things will be on screen there for you to look at. https thegingerwigcitygifts.com. So yeah, and he's doing another one with the t-shirts as well. He's had some out of stock that he's got back in, and obviously one of the masks is this "You're Not Really Here," which I bought myself. And obviously he's doing the t-shirt with it, so which is quite nice. So obviously I'll just mention that. I mean, I don't, you know, no, obviously I don't do sort of, you know, if anything's for City fans, I'll mention it. It doesn't matter what it is or whatever. But that's it was a coming soon and back in stock. So some great t-shirts there you can see on the image anyway. So give him. He's a great guy, and he sort of he doesn't have any problems with his buyers. You know, he sells out some good stock, and as I say, I was nearly bought some bath towel. He had some bath towels as well, but I was a bit expensive at the moment, so I'll just sort of let that go at the moment. I might get one before, if I go abroad next year, perhaps I'll buy one before then. At Man City, obviously you get your first chance to watch Nathan Ake. Nathan Ake's given his first interview since joining Manchester City. So if you go at Man City's website, I always try and look every day at Man City to see what's on there. There's always stuff I sort of miss if I don't do that. So yeah, if you want to see Nathan Ake's first City interview, that's on at Man City. And of course, I got all excited. I got all wonderfully excited. I thought, oh, I'm going to get free chocolate because, yeah, at Man City they announced a partnership with Cadbury UK, and I thought, oh, great, free chocolate for all season card holders. But I doubt it. And we're proud to announce, and they went on to say they're proud to announce our partnership with Cadbury UK, who will be recognising fans, individuals and businesses who have gone above and beyond to help support their local community. So yeah, it's a more City in the community thing. But hey, perhaps there's a block of dairy milk somewhere along the line. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Anyway, that's my quick look through social media and stuff you may have missed. To say I try and look at these things as I'm looking through Twitter and Facebook and repaste them, and then remember to tell you a lot in these little Manchester City present blogs. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Obviously, I'll be back on Sunday with a review of the quarter-final against Lyon. Fingers crossed. Let's hope it goes well for us. And some information on there's a couple of new City Pass have just come out that I've put out there. If you want to check on those, want a sort of quiz, come look back at 2014. I did quite recently, and also a got not got episode 3 of that, when I look at old City memorabilia. As per Derek Hammond and Gary Silk, you did the book, so obviously, as I say, I do seek that out on the playlist. I've just published episode 3 of that very recently. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Please, until we meet again on another Citizen Past or Present, come on City, we can do it, we can beat Lyon. Come on guys, come on, we can do it. Until we meet again, and we'll meet again on Sunday, hopefully, if you follow me for this review, or whether it's good or bad, we stick with it through thick and thin, don't we? That's what we do. It's been pretty thick at the moment, hasn't it? We've not been very thin just recently. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to do the rest today. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your family. More importantly, let's all look after each other. And that's Bernard saying goodbye for now. Please stay safe, Blues, and I'll see you all hopefully on Sunday. Bye-bye.